Today, we're ranking the top 5 ways to get customers or leads for your home service business. If you don't know me, my name is Spencer Clays, and I help guys build 6-figure home service businesses. And it all starts with leads, guys. Like, if you don't have leads come in, you don't have a business. Simple as that. So without further ado, we're just going to jump straight into it. These are my top 5 things that I did when I started. And so I've tested all these, and this is just my honest opinion. You know, everyone has kind of a lead form that they specialize in, right? And obviously, I think mine is probably Facebook ads, but I'm going to rank all these 5 and I'll just give you my honest opinion. So coming in at number 5, we have door-to-door. Door-to-door is the classic way to get leads if you have a lot of time, right? And so I wrote down some pros and cons really quick. So the pros for door-to-door is it's cheap. You have a choice of where you want to work at, and it's fast. Like, you can go out today and have a job landed by this afternoon, right? It's very quick. The only cons are really it's time intensive and hard to scale. So for me, the biggest things with door-to-door is, number one, I didn't really like it. And obviously no one really likes door-to-door. There's only a handful of people on the planet that probably do, because, you know, even the pros, you know, it's still work to them. They still get turned down. They still get no's. And that's not really that fun. As humans, we kind of like to be comfortable, do our thing. And so I really do like door-to-door in the sense that you can kind of break down, like, you learn who you are as a man, right? You're going out, you're getting money, you're getting shot up, beat down, all that sort of stuff. And you push through and you fucking make it happen. Like, having that skill in your back pocket, like knowing right now I could go out and make money no matter what just by knocking some doors. Like, there's nothing beats that feeling. But for me, it just comes down to time. Like, if I can run a quick campaign, or if I can build my website in a way that brings leads to me, then I don't want to be spending hours knocking doors. Like, if my time is valued at $100, $200, $300 plus per hour, I don't want to be knocking doors for, 4 hours a day. That's costing me hundreds of dollars. If I can run an ad campaign that does the same for $40 a day, like that just does the math. So, but each person is different. If you like door-to-door, this is still a great way, if you have time. If you have money, absolutely look at some of these other methods. But, that's kind of my 2 cents on the topic. So moving on, the next up, we have yard signs. And this is something I recently just implemented. I ordered 50 yard signs. I put out a bunch of them. And, after I did a couple of jobs. And right away last week, it took a couple weeks before we got a couple of calls. But we got some calls last week, made like $600, I believe. We landed like $200-$300 jobs, which, I think I paid $300 for 50 signs total. I'm still looking at a few of them. We haven't put all of them out yet. So that is still really good. Like, we doubled the amount of money we spent in just a couple weeks. So yard signs are pretty cool. The pros and cons the pros are it's easy, right? Like, you're just putting signs out. You don't really have to have a PhD in any of this stuff. You just go out, put some yard signs out, kind of wait for people to call, right? The downsides, though, are it's very inconsistent. Like, it took a couple weeks to call, and you don't really have, like, there's really nothing you can do. You're putting a sign out. That's pretty much it. You're kind of just waiting for people to call. And you don't really have any leverage per se unless you're putting out hundreds of signs on every single corner. And that is very time intensive as well. And another pro that I did like, though, is you can put a sign like right after you did a job. You can put it really close by, so people see, like, oh, they maybe even see you cleaning the roof, and then they see your sign. This is really good for stuff like Christmas or holiday lighting, where people can see the lights and they're thinking about it. Oh, that's awesome. And then, oh, boom, there's a sign. So that's the cool thing about yard signs. And so if you have some money and you just want to do a little bit more, try it out. Obviously, do your own research, like, on what sign you want. And I have a different tracking number on my yard sign that I can kind of see where the calls come from. So that was my experience. And yeah, let's move on to number 3, which is Facebook ads. If you guys didn't know it was coming, Facebook ads has been my go-to over the last few years. And this is like when people come to me and they're like, hey, I need money today. I usually ask them, hey, how much money do you have to spend? If you got $0, go knock doors, no excuses. You got to do it. If you don't have any money, like, what are you doing? Like, you got to go make some money so you can run Facebook ads. So Facebook ads are a great way. Like, the pros are really good. It kind of combats all the other stuff, all the other organic stuff. It's consistent and it's skill-based in a way that you can get better at it. You can run Facebook ads and you can learn how to do it. You can learn what went wrong. Like, I tell people ask me all the time, how much should I spend on an ad before I know it doesn't work? And my answer is usually around $20 a day for like 4 to 5 days. So, $80 to $100, you should know if a campaign works. So what that means is, what is the worst case scenario of you running an ad campaign? You're out $80, but you learned some stuff. You learned what didn't work. The potential upside is thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars of revenue coming in. Like I have campaigns right now that will land one single $2,000 job, and that pays for the whole ad for like 3 months. Like we're running like, we're not spending a ton on ads. We're spending like, between 20 to 30, 40 bucks a day. So maybe 600 bucks a month or something like that. I'm not going to do a ton of math on camera. I need more coffee for that. So, but Facebook ads, also, they're really easy to track. Like you can get all this stuff uploaded into your CRM. You can see where everything's coming from. You can see and answer all the leads in your CRM. We use Go High Level. We'll talk about that in a second. But Facebook ads, absolutely great. The only downsides and the cons of Facebook ads it is a skill. It's a learning curve. Like if you don't know what you're doing, it might take you a few $100s. I know I said $80, but that's per campaign. It might take you, like when I first started, it took me quite a few campaigns before I really figured it out. I was like, I thought it was like, you're wasting money. It feels weird. You're like it's kind of nothing really beats that feeling of like clicking publish on an ad. Like, oh, is this going to work? Am I wasting money? Something about like the fear of loss looms larger than the pleasure of gaining. So humans are motivated by pain or pleasure, and ads kind of tap into that. Like, oh shoot, I'm losing money as soon as I press this button, because it's the delayed gratification, right? You're not going to see a result from that ad for a couple days. But we've had guys in my group, they'll join and they'll get all the ad templates and they'll run an ad. And we've had guys get leads within 6 hours, which that's not typical. I'm not saying that's standard, but like we've had it happen, and it's pretty cool. Ads are really awesome. So that's kind of my pros and cons on Facebook ads. I have a ton of videos on Facebook ads. If you guys want to see my step-by-step tutorials and all that, go check out one of the other videos. But let's move on to Google. So Google is number 4 on our list. Probably one of my favorites over the last couple of years, because, obviously if someone asks me like, how do I get leads tomorrow? like we said, Facebook or door-to-door or one of the other methods. But Google is it's the farm. It's building a forest, a garden that you can like go and harvest from. It's building this massive thing that, and when I look at people's websites, most people don't spend any time on their website. They build it, they set it, and they forget it. It's kind of like, we out here in the Pacific Northwest, we go crabbing. We'll go out, we'll throw these crab pots into the ocean, right? And some people will just throw out a crab pot and then that's it. They don't check, they don't put any new bait in it. They don't check it. They just hope that, stuff's going to happen. But you got to be constantly checking that pot, putting in new bait, throwing out the tiny crabs, and then, you got to maintain it, right? So the same thing with a garden, same thing with your website, right? So websites, I always recommend people are updating their website weekly. Like if you can add an extra post or a page every single week, 1 to 2 pages, like even just per month. If you just added 2 pages per month, that's 12 pages a year. Most people aren't doing that. So really good examples are, I could talk for a long time about Google. I've spent a lot of money learning Google SEO. I'm in a couple masterminds learning how to build websites and all that stuff. And the biggest things I can tell you with SEO is very competitive based. So what I mean by that, like if I'm over here in Seattle, right? I wouldn't necessarily want to rank for Seattle gutter cleaning. That's probably going to be the most competitive keyword. But there's like other smaller parts, maybe Renton roof cleaning, maybe a smaller city that doesn't have a lot of competition. There's a lot, like no one's really targeting that because maybe you're in a big city like Denver, maybe target Aurora, maybe target some of the smaller suburbs, right? So see how that kind of works. Like which one do you think has more competition? Because a lot of people, and that's really why home services are so cool, is because the competition just really, it's so local based. You're competing against 12 other business owners, right? Maybe 100 other business owners, right? Versus like, digital marketing, personal training, or crypto, like you're competing with like millions of people, anyone with an internet connection, right? So Google is absolutely something you should be looking at. The only downsides, I know I just kind of went on a couple tangents, but the only downsides with Google is it also can be inconsistent. Wow, I can't really speak today. And also time. It just takes months to rank your website. So that is, but if you're starting today, definitely get some leads in the door with Facebook and then build your website as you go. Like I said, this is a months, if not year-long basis. You need to be able to think long-term. And, when done right, your Google leads are free. If you have your Google My Business set up, you got your website ranking number 1, you're going to get leads for free. And that is very hard to beat. Like if you're getting even one $600 job per week. Like that is huge. That pays for all your ads. That allows you to do so much other stuff. And yeah, so nothing but good things to say about Google SEO. It is a learning curve too. It is kind of hard to get your mindset and like, okay, I need to build this page now. It might not rank for a few months, if even a year. It's pretty wild, but absolutely worth it. So that is my number 4. And my last and top pick is your past customers and /CRM/ your list, referrals. This is people you've already serviced. These are people that have spoken well about you. They've given you 5-star reviews. These are people you have in your CRM right now. So you can send out campaigns. You can say, hey, we're about to do this. Hey, we're about to add a new service. Who's interested? We appreciate your business this year. Here's a 20% off coupon, something like that. You can also automate your reviews. You can have, so your past customers are everything. Like I would say this is, I wouldn't have even necessarily put this on my list until recently when I've really dived into getting good software set up with my website and tracking all that. So now but I can clearly see that, we have so many past customers that we do, like people look at lifetime revenue and they don't look at it enough. And so one thing, like a lot of people we run in Facebook ads, like, oh, we only landed one job from this. It's a $300 job. But then the next year they do the same job. The next year they do the same job. So boom, $300, $600, $900. Pretty soon this customer has spent thousands of dollars with you over the lifetime. So utilizing your past customers is absolutely essential. So right now I'm using Go High Level. If you guys want me to like this all set up for you, like just check down below. We have a super good monthly rate. Like literally it's a third of the price of many of the other top CRMs. So I'm not going to get into a ton of that here because, I'll probably have videos on that in the future, but absolutely everyone knows, a customer you've already had is 10 times cheaper, 10 to 5 times cheaper than getting a new customer. So those are my top ways of getting leads. Like I said, if you got no money, go figure that out, go knock some doors. Once you get some money, then start investing in yard signs, Facebook ads, getting your website up and running. And then all this funnels and feeds into your list. Your list, you need to treat that like a gold mine. Treat your customers extremely well. Treat your customers like the royalty that they are because they write your paycheck. They take care of you. If you take care of them, they will take care of you. So that is it for this video. Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you guys want to join my group, get access to all the software and stuff, check down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to the Spencer Clay Show. That's all for now. See you in the next episode. Peace.